Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your January 2022 mid-month general readings. We're looking at the last 2 weeks of January, and this reading is for our crabs, the water sign of Cancer. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well as we continue to transition into this new year, hopefully a better year. And thanks for taking the time to be here, for all that you do and continued support of this channel. Like, share, subscribes, donations, feedback, comments, those of you who reach out for personal readings, always a note of gratitude. Thanks. So this reading is for Cancer for the last 2 weeks of January 2022. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Cancer. It's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Cancerian. It's a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for any additional insight and perspective they can provide. And if you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You'll also see that contact info by clicking on the description link below, that arrow. I can usually respond within the same day with more information, and I do offer a wide variety of readings. And still quite popular right now are the 6 and 12-month overviews, which give a look into all the main areas of your life for the next 6 or 12 months. You can order at any time of the year, but I always get a lot of requests for them as we're, ending one year, going into a new one, so something to think about. Okay, Cancer, let's see what the last 2 weeks of January look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Okay, Cancer, we begin with the Ten of Swords, followed by the Ten of Wands. I always like to say that these two tens are the more challenging of all four of them. Now, tens do represent cycle endings or a cycle coming full circle. So the Ten of Swords is sometimes called the betrayal card of feeling stabbed in the back or exploited or thrown under the bus, a deep sense of disappointment, but it's coming to an end. And similar with the Ten of Wands is a long-held burden. May not have started out to be a burden, but it's turned into a burden or some kind of cross you've had to bear, some kind of very challenging situation is coming to an end. So while both of these cards represent that the process to getting to an ending and the ending itself may have been very difficult, painful, challenging, it is at an end once and for all. Next to that, we have the Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, showing up as a female, could be a male as well. This could be somebody who's relevant in the situation. For some of you, some of you may be on the cusp of Cancer and Leo as well, so this could be you. With the Queen of Wands, we have the Ten of Coins, long-term stability and security, the inheritance card. It represents the long, slow accumulation that builds up into something that gives you a pretty deep-seated sense of stability and continuity and safety and security, like having, enough money set aside that you're not worried about, the rent tomorrow, next week, next month. It can represent the division of estate in terms of inheritance issues, long-term security and stability in relationships. Coins is governed, or Pentacles is governed by the element of earth, and it represents a lot of the things in our life that gives us that sense of security and stability, whether it's our long-term relationships, financial and material things, really manifesting well here. Next, we have the Six of Wands, victory, triumph, success after a struggle, after a challenge, after a battle of some kind, and public recognition, being recognized for your efforts, your achievements, the work that you've put into something. It can represent bonuses, promotions, raises, receiving an award, being acclaimed in the public eye. With the Six of Wands, we have the Five of Coins, insufficiency and lack, not having enough money, being unemployed, feeling shut out, abandoned, rejected. This is like coming to an end. The victory is over that sense of not having enough. I have to tell you, Cancer, your money for the last 2 weeks of January, I almost said June, looks really good. Like for those of you who have been, suffering financial material insufficiency or lack or being out of work or something of that sort, it definitely looks like significant improvement is on the way for many of you. For those of you that have been feeling, not good enough, shut out, rejected, not recognized. Again, that's coming to an end. It's absolutely beautiful. Looks like that ending was difficult and the path leading to it was difficult, but um, it's kind of looking quite rosy and sunshiny moving forward. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus for the last 2 weeks of January is the Empress. This is a card, again, of abundance, of giving birth to new things, of fertility. It can be literal fertility for some of you, like being able to conceive when you weren't able to conceive before, or adoption, or something coming through in that sense of maternal energy. Um, but it represents abundance and a full harvest. You can see that she is surrounded by, the outcome of, again, long work and effort, which is what the Ten of Coins is, right? It takes a long time to build up long-term security and stability, typically. And the Empress is surrounded by an abundant harvest, which, of course, took work and effort to get there as well. But it is a sign of giving birth to new things. I feel like saying a new day is dawning for you, Cancer. I almost said Leo. I think looking at that Queen of Wands, some of you might be, on the Leo-Cancer cusp. For others of you, it might be a female that's showing up as helpful, or that you might be receiving some kind of inheritance or long-term security from. Let's clarify a little bit, even though this is such a beautiful, beautiful reading. Probably be a shorter one. Just like stories, the best ones are always shorter, right? Let's clarify the Empress as overall energy. The Fool, a brand new beginning, a brand new journey starts out. The Two of Cups, soulmates, kindred spirits, best friends. The Four of Wands, happy home, stability, marriage, celebratory events. Some of you may be, there's a pretty strong connection here to home, family, could be love. Some of you may be manifesting that love partner, that soulmate, kindred spirit. It may be that some of you are receiving a marriage proposal. Some of you may be conceiving or finding out that you're pregnant, getting married, moving into your first house. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Again, some situation which looks like it had been dragging on for some time and been very difficult has come, it almost feels like an abrupt end of some kind. But again, the Empress, the Ten of Coins, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, indicates that this was a journey, that it may feel like it happened all of a sudden, this switch. And again, the actual transition, the switchover may be happening quite quickly here. But there's a sense, to have a cycle end means you had to go through the entire cycle. So there's a lot of history behind this, and it looks like it was challenging. Let's clarify that Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Swords. And the Three of Wands, feeling like your efforts are paying off, beginning to see the results of your efforts paying off. Some of you, it may be that you were simply disappointed time and time and time again by something, thinking something was never going to work out, thinking that your efforts were all going to be in vain. That is coming to an end. Clarify. It's interesting that the Ten of Swords, look at this. The Ten of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Swords, which is why I typically use a different deck to clarify with, to see if we get repeating cards, because they mean an extra kind of arrow pointing to that that area to pay attention to, increased energy. Clarify the Ten of Wands. It's kind of God, Spirit, Angels, and Guides' way of underscoring the importance and profundity, the profoundness of a situation. So this really is coming to an end, a final end. Clarify the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands. Wow. Ten of Swords clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Wands clarified by the Ten of Wands. And it looks like, in the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, it's pretty extreme. The Ten of Wands represents a burden that has grown so heavy that this man can't even stand up straight. He's clawing for every inch on the ground. A sense of it being at an end of overwhelming weight. Next to that, the Six of Swords, healing. Healing energies coming in. This is a gorgeous reading. Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Strength, facing fears, doubts, insecurities, walking through your fears, being courageous, brave, self-examination, humility. It's also a Leo energy, so it may be a Leo female. And again, for some of you, it might be that you're on the cusp of Leo and Cancer. You've been manifesting this. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, particularly in a financial or material resource energy. It's not the Ten of Cups, which is the happy home, marriage. You know, it connects more with home and family. But the Nine of Cups is having a visceral, physical sense of indulgence, of having what you want. You know, like winning the lottery. It's having more than enough to eat, more than enough to drink. The Nine of Coins, financial and material independence and self-sufficiency and self-empowerment. I mean, whatever it is that you've been through, that you've kept putting one foot in front of the other, Cancer, it is really paying off in a big way here. There may be a fire sign involved in this as well. Let's clarify that Ten of Coins, long-term stability and security. The King of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Could be an earth sign that's relevant in helping bring this long-term stability and security to you, particularly if this is a relationship or a marriage proposal. But if it doesn't represent another specific individual that's relevant here in the last 2 weeks of January, Cancer, you know, the King of Coins is financially and materially very comfortable. They've worked really hard to get to that place. They're at the top of their food chain. You know, this is somebody who's reached a really balanced place with everything in that earth energy of life, you know, money, finance, property, assets, job, etc. Clarify the Six of Wands, victory and triumph. The World, the last major arcana card in the tarot, completion, success, some important chapters, set of chapters, part of the journey of your life has come to an end. You've graduated and now you're looking over a brand new landscape full of new opportunities. Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, separation, breakup, death, and the Empress. Again, something is coming to a final ending. It may have been difficult, challenging, painful, but you are giving birth to brand new things, new opportunities, a new road. Let's clarify that Five of Coins, insufficiency and lack, feeling not good enough, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you aren't enough. Clarify that. Look at all these repeating cards. Six of Wands, again, victory, triumph, and success over this. Feeling seen, feeling appreciated, feeling recognized. A renewed and a restored sense of hope, faith, and optimism. The Star, that's the other wish fulfillment card, which you also have here, which is the Nine of Cups. This is a gorgeous reading. I'm not even sure what else to say about this, Cancer. But a difficult cycle has come to an end, and what is in front of you now and what is being birthed in your life as a new chapter, a new journey, is truly beautiful. And there is some implication and indication here, Cancer, that it's because you didn't give up on something, that you kept on, that you kept believing, that you kept working, that you kept hoping, that you kept trying to do the right thing. And here it comes. All right, let's end with any final messages, guidance, and advice for you for the last 2 weeks of January for Cancer. Beautiful reading. The Four of Swords, sometimes a card that comes into play when you're feeling tired, worn out, exhausted. It's about taking time off to rest, recuperate, regenerate. The Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, the sun coming out, restrictions being loosened or lifted or just negated. And you know, the interesting thing is that just like the real sun, when the real sun comes out in the world, it affects everything, right? Everyone feels better. So it is with the Sun card in a tarot spread. It acts as a boost to all the positive cards, and it can lessen the challenge of any negative cards or challenging cards. And I mean, you have such beautiful cards here anyway, and here is the Sun coming out anyway. The Ten of Cups is after that. Happy home, marriage, childbirth, blessings. Taking time off, resting, but enjoying It's like Spirit is showering you with abundance and blessings. I'm quite curious. Well, I'm always curious to get feedback, but this one particularly, it feels like you've been through quite a long and difficult storm, but what's in front of you is just smooth sailing and beautiful weather. Really lovely. Well, all right, Cancer, I think I'm just going to leave it there. Those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of January. I hope you've enjoyed them. It is a beautiful reading. Who wouldn't want this reading? Thanks for taking the time to watch it. And again, if anything resonates with you, you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February general reading. Stay safe and well until then. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.